friends, welcome back to my channel. So today is part 2 of me kind of swatching the Seint lip and cheek colors, but then also kind of blending it out so you can see what it may look like on your skin tone. Now, obviously everybody's going to be different. I have different skin colors, so it comes up, you know, it's a little bit more pigmented on my skin because I literally have no pigmentation in my skin because I am so fair. But I was doing a color match with a customer, and she was like, what cheek colors would you recommend? And I was like, you know, I have some swatches on my YouTube channel. And then I was like, but you can't really see them because they're so bright and they're so scary. So I thought this might help if you're trying to look to, you know, add colors to your collection, or if you're doing a color match and you're like, I don't know what cheek colors will look good. Hopefully this kind of blurred out version will help you pick out your colors. So I already did a pink and kind of like the corally oranges. I'm next gonna go through kind of like the browns and nudes and then more of the reds. Now, in full disclosure, and what I had said in my last video is I do not have every single cheek color that Seint offers in my collection. I am slowly adding to them. I have a pretty good amount, but I don't have every color. The other thing that I did not mention in my first video, but I wanna make sure I make it clear here, is I'm only including the standard colors. Seint comes out every quarter. They come out with new lip and cheek colors for that quarter that are only exclusive for that quarter. So I want to make sure that I'm not putting anything in my video. Like, I've had separate videos just specifically on there, but I want to make sure that I'm only talking about our core colors so that you don't get excited about something and then realize that it's no longer available. One thing that I will say about our limited edition colors are they are always fabulous, and once they're gone, you will miss them. So definitely jump on that if you're interested. So let's go ahead and get into it. So in no particular order, I kind of went through, I'm gonna go lighter to darker because I don't want it to stain my hand and kind of morph up the color. But let's go ahead and get into the first color. Okay, so this is the first color, IBIZA. So this is a color that used to be just a limited edition and it went away. And then Seint recently just brought it back. It is more, I think it's considered a semi-gloss. It is definitely not a satin, but it is a little bit more pigmented than our regular glosses. Now, I've said this in my other video, so I'll say it quickly here. In this video, in case you didn't watch the first one, I prefer satin finishes, and I'll show you when we get to the next one I think is satin, because they're much more pigmented. The semi-glosses are kind of in the middle, and you can see there's definitely pigmentation, but you can blend this out however you want. And that's the one thing that I love about these Seint cheek colors and cream foundation in general or cream products in general, is they're super, super dummy proof. If you go in too heavy handed, you can always tone it down. It's very, very easy. You can't say that with powder. Once you go heavy handed, it's a lot. And then a lot of times you have to add other powder on top of it and you start looking very powdery and cakey. That is not the case with cream foundation or cream products. So this is IBIZA. Again, just very, very pretty. This is a color that is nice on the lips. If you're looking for that nude kind of tone. And I like it because it's kind of it's not super, super glossy, but it's also not like super satiny either. So it's just a really, really pretty color. So I like this one. Okay, so this is the color Bear. So a little bit more of like a tan, very true tan. This reminds me of one of our contour colors. I can't remember what it is, but it's very, very light. This is one that I find a little bit hard for me to wear because of my skin color, but it does kind of tan me up and bronze me up. So it's a nice color to kind of combine with like Bella bronzer if you want more of that sun-kissed glow for us fair girls. But this is what it kind of looks like. You can see when you swatch it, these are very, very pigmented, and it is satin. So you can see that they're very, very pigmented. Don't let this scare you because this is kind of what it looks like when it's blurred out. And again, it kind of goes through. I've been just blurring it out with my finger, but then I've been going through, and you can see this is from yesterday when I did the other ones. You can see it is blurring out very, very pretty. So that is the color Bear. Okay, so next is the color Nude, and I feel like I do need to buff this out just a little bit more because it's still I mean, again, with cream products, you can kind of build it up, but this is probably one of my most used colors. You can see here, it is definitely a very, very loved color. This is another satin, and this is another one that I like to use to kind of do more of a sun-kissed kind of bronze look, because it does have those brown undertones in it, but it does have a little bit of a mauve-y undertone. But you can see here, it's very scary when it's swatched. I always do like, and I'll just put it on. I literally just grab, I mean, you don't want to dig. Let me show you. So you don't want to dig here. You can just literally tap and a little bit goes a long way. Now I know I need a little bit more, but then I just buff it out here. So you can see I'm using very, very little product. And look at that. You can see it. So if I were to go in a little bit too high like I did there, I can just take my makeup sponge and then just kind of dab it on there and it will pick up any of the excess product. But you can see how very little I used right there. This will last you a long time, but don't, like, this is way too much. You're going to look like you're from the 1980s, which may be a look that you're going for. No judgment. Okay, so this one is the color Plum. This is another very, very loved color. This one has a little bit more of a purpley undertone. And again, you can see the swatch. It's very pigmented. It is a satin, but on blurred out, it is a very natural flush look. So if you are fair skinned like me and you're looking for a very natural looking cheek color, Plum is definitely one. Plum and Nude are the ones that I probably gravitate to the most when I don't know what color I want to wear and I want something very natural. These two colors will give you a very natural flush finish. So, and again, even if you're not fair skinned, these two colors will work. It's very, very universal, but these, I would say, plush, where am I getting plush from? Plum and Nude are the two colors that I would say are probably the most natural looking ones and the least scary. Okay, so next is the color Desert Sunset, and they don't make these in the small tins anymore, but I had gotten them back when they did because I knew, because it's a gloss formula, it wasn't one that I was going to gravitate towards frequently, so I was fine with getting it in a small size. The glosses, as you can see, are very glossy. Duh. But they do kind of give a sheen to the face. And I always say if you're oily, you might want to stay away from the glosses because it is going to add that sheen to your face. If you're dry like me, this is going to add a very pretty, like a luminescent glow. So you might gravitate a little bit more to the glosses. The satins are beautiful on every single skin type, but I just like to point that out for oily girls is that sheen is going to be on your cheek, and if you're already oily, it might be a little bit too much. You can always tone it down with powder, but then I feel like you kind of lose the vibrancy of the cheek color, so just be mindful of that. So this one, what I normally recommend, because the glosses are really, really nice on the lips, they do have a very comfortable feel. If you're looking for like a monochromatic look, you can always pair this with, like, let's see, Plum and Nude. They're kind of on the same vibe. So you can have Nude on your cheeks, which is going to blend out beautifully and be super pigmented. And then you can go in with Desert Sunset on your lips, and it kind of gives that monochromatic vibe. So it's always an option, but this one is very pretty as well. So the next color is Sandstone, and in full transparency, this is a color that I just recently added to my collection because it wasn't something that I normally would gravitate towards because it is kind of that terracotta-y color, but it still blends out beautifully on the skin. It is a satin, so it's very, very pigmented, and it's got that brown kind of terracotta undertone, but this is another one that's really, really pretty on fair skin if you want that kind of flush, natural look. It goes gorgeous on every skin. And again, if you're a darker skin tone, then this is going to give you a more of that sun-kissed kind of look. But it is one that I recommend a lot for ladies who are a little bit deeper undertone. Like if you have like your Latina or whatever, I think this color Sandstone is gorgeous on your skin type. But even us fair girls can wear stuff like this. But that, again, I did a Seint Scariest Blushes video, and I'll link that down below. But this is one that when you swatch it, it's, when I do the swatch videos, you might go, oh my gosh, there's no way that I'm going to wear that because that's way too much. But you can see how pretty it blends out. And I did not do a very good job of blending it because I'm doing it with my finger, but on the lips, it is on the cheeks, it definitely blends out to a very, very natural flush look. Okay, so next is Sangria, and I probably should have done this one last because this one will literally stain my skin. But this is a very, very bright, vibrant, like deep red, as you can see, but you can blend it out. And even this is a little bit too pigmented, but if you take a sponge over it, it's gonna blend out very, very pretty. And again, give you that kind of natural look, but a little bit more of like Snow White kind of ish, you know, like pinched cheeks kind of thing. This is also very pretty. I see a lot of people wear it on their lips, and it's very, very pretty on the lips. It is a satin. I think I said that, I don't know, but it's a satin, so you can see it is very, very pigmented, but do not let the pan scare you. This is what that color is blended out. So when you're looking on the website and you're like, oh, that's way too dark, just know that you can tone it down and you can get the level of intensity that you want. Because it's a cream product. So a little bit does go a long way, but you can always build up that intensity and you can always tone it back if it gets too crazy. Okay, so this one is the color Saffron, and as you can see here, it kind of has like a bluish undertone, and I will do a swatch after this to show you the difference between Sangria and Saffron, because they do look very similar in the pan. But again, very pigmented. It is a satin, so a little bit's gonna go a long way. But then here you can see how it blends out really, really pretty. This is another one that if you want a big, like bold lip, this is going to give you that. And it's just, this is to me a very like fall-like color. It just screams like fall and like crisp air or something. I don't know. But let me give you a swatch between Saffron and Sangria so you can see the difference. It is slight, but this is Saffron and this is Sangria. So I'd say Saffron has a little bit more of a ruby undertone, where Sangria has more of a true red. But they are very similar now that I'm looking at them. Both very, very pretty, and they will stain your... So that's one of the things that I do like about these colors is you can see here, I mean, I'm taking it off, but as it kind of fades throughout the day, it's going to fade very naturally. All the colors fade very well, but this is going to fade very naturally, and it's going to give you that very natural kind of flushed, I just, you know, I don't know, walked outside and got my mail kind of look. Maybe other people don't get flushed by that, but it's hot here in Texas, so getting my mail is a chore. Okay, so the next one is going to be Scarlet, and this is definitely more of like a cherry apple red, and you can see here kind of blended out. It does blend out to more of a cherry apple. This one is, I don't think it's gloss, but it's definitely not satin. It is a little bit more creamy than our normal satins, but it's still very, very pigmented, and a little bit does go a long way, but this is absolutely gorgeous color. And I feel like I could just keep saying this one's pretty and this one's gorgeous or whatever, because I honestly and truly love every single one of them. And we do have a color for everybody. No matter if you like cheek colors or blushes, or if you don't, there is going to be a color that's going to look very natural on you. There's going to be a color that's bright. If you're looking for something vibrant, if you're looking for something pink, I mean, we do have a very, very good range of different colors that anybody will find something. Okay, so next is the color Royal, and you can see here it is a gloss, so it's going to have that sheen to it. I did put a decent amount on it because I wanted you guys to see kind of that brown undertone, but you can see here when it's swatched out, it's going to have like a black cherry. It's not black cherry because that's the next color, but almost like a cola color. The color of Coca-Cola. That's probably the best description of it because it does have that kind of brown undertone to it. Very, very pretty. Even I can wear this color. I'll go ahead and swatch it so you guys can see, or put it on so you can see that even us fair girls can wear those crazy colors. There you go. Now, hopefully I'm not picking up anything from my dirty brush, but I don't think I am. But you can see there, still very, very natural, and that's what that blends out. So don't let these pans scare you and thinking that you can't wear these colors because they do look very natural on the skin. Okay, last but not least is the color Black Cherry. So this is going to be more purpley. The Royal was definitely more of that Coca-Cola color, where this is going to have that purple undertone. And you can see here, it still blends out very, very pretty. And again, this is still a color that us fair girls can wear if you are fair like me, but it just has that very, very deep purple color. It is a gloss, so it's going to have that glossy sheen, as you can see, and it is going to need a little bit more to build up because it's a gloss, but it's still, you can get that customized look. But again, more of, I think the cola, I'm changing names now, Royal and Black Cherry, and even, what did I say? The Scarlet are three very fall colors to me. So I can't wait to, when the weather cools down and it's that crisp air comes out, and wearing these fall-like colors. So that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That is all my plums and reds and nudes and browns that I currently have in my collection. So hopefully it gives you a little bit better idea of what the cheek colors look like, because I think the swatches are definitely, can be deceiving, and especially if you're somebody who doesn't wear makeup a lot, or you're kind of new to the makeup game, or you're kind of exploring new things. When you look at the website and you see that dark color, it can be scary. Do not let it scare you. The benefit of cream is that you can always tone it down, and it is very, very easy to work with. So let me know if you have any questions below. Please leave your comments down below. Please let me know what your favorite color is, if you had a favorite color out of this collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, bye.